Hey friends, Wayne over here at the Ram Man Inc. Don't forget the ink. Hey, we got this booster in from a client, and I believe it's off of 70. And it kind of looked like something that we'd redone in the past, and then we had to call him up and because we noticed some things. And so, come to find out, he's had this car for a long time. Apparently he took it apart, or somebody did, and replated it. And there's where we start to find a couple of issues. So I'm working on this one for a gentleman. So we take this booster. Now, I might add that we did a quick test on the tester, and I've already broken the bolt. But we did a quick test, and this booster appeared to function quite well, sort of. There was just something a little peculiar about it. And so we called him up and he said, well, it's dumping when I push on the brakes. So, continuing on with our theme. We noticed that somebody's put a pin mark there. I guess they were going to try to line up the cans. That's what started the phone call. The other thing is on these Midland Rosses, that dimple right there, it was usually at the bottom. Oriented the case down at the bottom. Bendix did the same sort of things. So, then we move on and we notice that the rear seal to the hub is installed incorrectly. This rear seal, here it is in this can right here, it actually has a groove there and then the inner groove, the sealing, which is going to seal in the can. So, they're extremely difficult to get all the way in and seated completely. And this outside groove is the boot retainer groove. That's what it is. So, you know, you just glance at a booster and you go, well, that fuck didn't know what he's doing. And, oh, excuse me. Anyway, some contractor somewhere or whatever. Here's one that I did a couple of weeks ago. Right there, as you can tell. Now, being in the brake business for so long, we have seen some of the craziest shit. I mean, people that do $150,000 Hemi convertible clones. They'll build an all aluminum Ray Barton motor. And they'll put a master cylinder on the firewall like that guy in Alabama. Call me up and tell me that he can't drive his car. We got people that do Hemi Superbirds. Don't know a damn thing about boosters. And attempt to redo a booster. The Midland Raw single diaphragm is one of the probably the simplest booster that there is. Now it don't look like much, but when you take that hub apart, you start running into parts. Special rings. Hub assemblies. Poppet valve seal, O-ring, and assembly. There's that thing by itself. There's your rod retainer. new reaction discs. Folks, the gist of this, don't fuck around with your brakes if you don't know what you're doing and you can't do it and you don't have access to the parts for a couple $100 to $300. It just don't make sense. God bless you. God bless America, and happy Mopar.